we do have earnings also which are keeping the stocks in focus as well. And we do have the management of Dreamfolks joining in with us. Librata Kalat, who's the CMD at the company, joining in with us. Thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon. And let's just start by talking about margins. They have been under pressure for some time. What are the factors that are impacting the margins of the company, and what is the level that one should be expecting in terms of margins going forward?
I think we have already explained about this. This was basically a price revision which has happened in most of the airports, especially the larger ones. And that was one of the reasons that, why we see the margin crunches this year.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. And the company actually unveiled Dreamfolks Membership Club in Q3. If you tell us what's new in this particular membership, and also if you could tell us how will it differentiate your company in particular, how are you expecting to attract more customers via this?
So if you actually look at the service portfolios, the way we have actually added, right? We started with lounges, and then we added different services in the travel, which was meet and assist, airport transfer, the spas at the airport, F&B, transit hotels. So this was all related to the travel and the airport. Further, we added even the railway lounges, and now we are also into the highway lounges as well. Further, we have actually, added that lifestyle services starting from golf, then the beauty, pet care, the health care, eSIM. So these are the lifestyle services as well. Now, if you actually look at the way the benefits have been given on the card, which is primarily either just the lounge or, the golf. But we also see that there is a demand in the market where people are also wanting to have the other benefit. So the reason of actually giving these membership or introducing the membership cards are basically giving a choice to the end user in terms of whether they would just want to have the travel related benefit or lifestyle and travel or lifestyle. So, this is how we have packaged the different services. So it's not necessary that you need to carry, a credit card to get the benefit, but you can also have it through these membership as well. The prime focus actually with these membership is to target the enterprises, because today if you actually see most of our business and the focus is only on the bank cards, but however as company we are also targeting the enterprises as well, and these membership what we have introduced is primarily for this segment.
Also, the company has partnered with Grey Wall, which is Russia's leading lounge operator during the quarter gone by. What are the other global expansion plans? Where do you see that headed?
So this partnership with Grey Wall for Russia was primarily to give access to the lounges in Russia. So as a company, if you have seen, we have already expanded our network in terms of providing lounges across the globe. So we are already present in 100 plus countries. And the focus is, yes, to add more and more, lounges across the globe. I would say that yes, Russia was one of that, and however, we are working closely with the other lounge operators as well, wherein we would be onboarding them soon.
Right. And last time when you spoke to us, remember that we had a discussion about your foray in the railway lounges. What has been the progress so far on that particular front?
So yes, it's been a year now. We have already started the railway lounges, and recently there are two more lounges which have got added, which is one of is in Chennai and the other one is in Old Delhi. And Chennai lounge is supposed to be one of the largest railway lounge in India right now. And yes, the way we have been giving this benefit of airport lounges, similarly there are few of the cards and which are offering railway lounges as well. In terms of the growth, I would say that yes, we are seeing a very good growth in railways as well. However, presently, in terms of the numbers, if you see, compared to the airport lounges, yes, the numbers are very small. But however, we see that, the railway lounges are one of the very good potential in future for us.
Okay, and you registered a 773 crore revenue in March 2023 and 853 crore for the 9-month FY24. Revenue and margin guidance, where do you see that headed? What is the outlook for FY25?
I would not be able to exactly tell you the numbers, but I would say that, you have been seeing the growth the way we have actually shown in the last 3 quarters. So I would say that, in the similar lines, we would be actually doing our Q4, and this would be, our numbers for FY24. And we will try and maintain our margins the way it is presently going on. And in terms of, for FY25, I would say the driving factors, which are the airport traffic and the credit card penetration, because these are the two main drivers for us. So the way the market is growing for them, we would say that, we will align with the same trend.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on ET Now to talk about the quarter gone by for Dreamfolks and what you're planning way ahead for the company. And that was the management of Dreamfolks outlining the quarter gone by.